dog sight. Tell me been in that living room all white. I'm up all night, season ends while niggas sleeping. Lost so many guys, guess why I'm breathing. We keep it strong as the name live on, like if they was never gone. Mind blown, and even my head is sin.
This shit is so cringe. Extremely cringeworthy. So, New Orleans, Louisiana legends, Juvenile, Manny Fresh, and Mia X. Mia X, for y'all who don't know, younger generation or anybody who wasn't hip to the game back then, Juvenile and Manny Fresh was with Cash Money. Mia X was with No Limit back then. They come together and they made a version to Juvie's Back That Ass Up, which is, extremely popular song, still gets played to this day, still gets talked about on social media to this day. I mean, all type of stuff. It's a classic. It's a classic song. Juvie decided to use that to push the beer jab. A song called Vaxx That Thing Up. And man, it is terrible. Extremely cringe. I mean, look at the artwork. Come on, man. I forget the name of the network that they're pushing it with. It's on YouTube. It's BLK something. But yeah, it's terrible. Extremely cringe song. Of course, the liberal left media, they're loving it. They've had him on, all the different sites and everything, and everybody who usually, follows the status quo, they're gonna praise it, which is what you expect. They're not gonna be critical of it. They're gonna praise it, because of course they got their personal, not saying hidden agenda or anything, but they got their personal agenda. They want people to get vaccinated. This is terrible, dude. Like, come on. Juvie's been in the news, back in the news lately. His outbursts on DJ Vlad about Young Buck and everything, and so that had him in the news. And yeah, now you got this. I mean, where was Lil Wayne? Y'all couldn't get Lil Wayne for this. Lil Wayne didn't want to be a part of this nonsense. Maybe you don't want to get vaccinated or whatever. But yeah, the media's propping this up. And of course, they demonize anybody who's against it, especially, even celebrities, and they try to demonize you, and kind of like they did Cole Beasley, the Buffalo Bills, when he says he doesn't want to touch the vaccine. One of the main reasons Juvie said that he made this was because he wants people to get educated on it. Well, you didn't give nothing. All you gave was, if you want to be able to kick it with your homies or kick it with your girl, you kick it with your girl or boyfriend, whatever the hell you want to do, get vaccinated. But, putting it in a song, you put no information, and even that, who's to say that the people who are against it, let me stop saying the V word. I think I've said it a couple times, but who's to say that the people that are against it, who's to say that they aren't educated? Who's to say that they aren't educated? You're going to have stuff on both sides. You're going to have people who are for it, who are educated, and uneducated when they make the decisions that they make. And they're going to make the decisions off of whim, off impulse. Same with people who are against it. But that's their right to. Can't force nobody to do it, right? That there's many people, myself included, who are against it, who are educated, highly educated. And we'll give you all of the details of why we're against it and don't plan on doing it. and have, and have points that can't be disputed. If you're, if you're a person with integrity. Now, if you're a person, like I said, who's just trying to push for your own personal agenda or trying to, follow the narrative, then you're going to find something in anything. You're going to find anything, no matter how nonsensical it is, you're going to try to, how nonsensical your stance is, you're going to still try to dispute something. But I will say this. If you do want to get something across, this is the way to do it. A lot of people may not agree with me, but this is the way to do it. And I've said that from the start. Do it through your media if you want to convince people. If you want to convince people. But one thing you can't do is, we've already set the standard. We've already set the standard of, how to move, so they feel like they can do it any other time. But shutting down people's personal property without compensation and different things like that, that was never the way to do it. And like I said, like I've always said, it's a deprivation of rights under the color of law. If you wanted to get anybody, convince anybody, I don't see how anybody will be convinced by this, but there's a lot of sheep out here. They hear a hip hop song and yeah, that'll do it. I don't see this working, especially people who weren't sold on it before. But if you want to, do it through music or do it through advertising, and you have information where you can sell somebody on it, then that's the way to do it. I'm not gonna fault that. That's what you want to do, that's what you do. And if a person decides to make that decision based on that information, then that's how you do it. But as long as it, doesn't get to mandates or anything of that sort. Can't mandate nothing on nobody, and you can't mess with nobody's personal property. This is what they should have done when it came to, shutting down things. You can't shut down anybody's stuff, but you can at least try to coerce them to, at least try to educate them and tell them what the stakes are, so the business can make their own educated decision on what they want to do. But you can't force that. You could never force that. And like I said, if you did, like I said, you had to compensate the business, not through PPP loans or anything of that sort. You had to give them their money and let them do what they need to do. If they decided they're not going to pay their employees from that point, that would be on that business, as far as, legally, anything, legally, contractually, different things like that. And of course, that's going to affect them. If you're not paying your employees, how do you expect to have a business, have it be able to operate at full capacity? And so that's one thing I said. This is one way to do it, but this is trash, though. This is absolute trash, and they've tried everything. They always use, when they're trying to sell to the black community, they always use these silly methods. You had the stuff when they were trying to get people out to vote in Georgia, and they had the strippers, and I was trying to use it. I think they had a rap song for that also. Yeah, now you got this. But if you feel it's gonna work and you want to spend your advertising dollars, and I'm pretty sure Juvie Manny and Mia X, they got a bag out of it. All power to them. It's not gonna work on me. It's not going to work on me. It's not going to work on most people who are educated and have a strong stance. Not just a strong stance, but, actual reasons and, solid reasons to why they wouldn't make that decision. You're not going to change nobody's mind on that. For a person who's swaying the fence and different stuff like that, and if this is what gets you going, all power to you. All power to you. Man, y'all could have made Nah, let me not say that. Why not take a classic song? You know, like I said before, it's a classic. It's something that's still discussed to this day. So of course, you should use that song. I was about to say create a new song, but it probably wouldn't get as much traction. Matter of fact, not probably. I'm pretty positive it wouldn't. So why not use a classic song that everybody loves and get everybody talking about it? But you know, just go to the actual page with the song on it and look at the like to dislike ratio, and you can see how, you know, the public feels about it. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Like I said, if any ways to do it, this is the way to do it. At least try to convince people to do certain things through whatever your propaganda pieces, or propaganda pieces such as this one, or educating the pros of why you think a person should do, you know, a certain thing. You know, like I said, let a person make their own decision, but you can't force it. But you're not gonna force it. You're not gonna force me to do nothing, and you know, you're not gonna convince anybody with half a brain with stupid garbage like this. So like I said, let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will holler at y'all later. Peace.